Good morning. We will be solving numericals based upon relative lowering in vapor pressure. So, the question is, what weight of solute molecular mass is given 60, molecular mass is given 60, is required to be dissolved in 180 gram of water to reduce the vapor pressure to 4 by 5 of pure water, to 4 by 5 of pure water. Okay, so the question is, what weight of solute? Okay, its molecular mass, or we say its molar mass, is given 60. Okay, is required to be dissolved in 180 gram of water. Means we have to dissolve, it is 180 gram of water, and in this 180 gram of water we have to dissolve, okay, we have to dissolve some solute particle. We don't know mass of this solute particle. Okay, and after dissolving this solute in 180 gram of water, okay, it is said the vapor pressure of the solution is reducing to 4 by 5 of pure vapor pressure of water. Okay, so what weight of solute? Means we have given MB molar mass of solute, and it is equal to 60. Okay, then it is water, and 180 gram of water is given. Water is the solvent here. So WA is given as 180 gram. Okay, and MB mass of solvent, that is mass of molar mass of water here, it is given. If it is water, then it will be 80 gram. Okay, and WB we have to find out. Getting this? So we have given these things. Okay, we have given these things. Okay, so we know a formula. So we know PA0 minus PS upon PS is equal to WB upon MB multiplied by WA, and here it is MA. Yesterday we have derived this formula. Okay, so the question, according to the question, vapor pressure of the solution, this PS is the vapor pressure of the solution, and this PA0 is the vapor pressure of pure solvent. Solvent here is water, so this is vapor pressure of pure water, and this PS is the vapor pressure of the pure solution. Okay, and according to the question, okay, this PS is equal to 4 by 5 of this PA0. Okay, according to the question, PS is equal to 4 by 5 of PA0. Getting this according to question? Okay. To reduce the vapor pressure to 4 by 5 of pure water. So PA0 is the vapor pressure of pure water. So this should be reduced to 4 by 5 of this PA0. Or we can say it is 0.8. 4 by 5 means 0.8. So we will say PS is equal to 0.8 PA0. So just keep this value here. It will become PA0 minus 0.8 PA0 divided by 0.8 PA0 equal to WB. We have to find out. So write it as it is, WB into MA, mass of solvent, and molar mass of solvent, and molar mass of solvent is 18 gram, multiplied by 18 divided by MB, molar mass of solute, which is given as 60, multiplied by WA. WA is mass of water given, means mass of the solvent given, which is 180 gram. So it is 180. Okay. So it will be equal to 18 10 ja 180. Okay. So we will say PA minus 0.8 PA means it will be 0.2 PA0 divided by 0.8 PA0 is equal to WB upon 600. WB upon 600. Okay. Further we will say this PA got cancelled. This is 1 by 4, or we will say WB upon 600 is equal to 1 by 4. So from here we will say it is 150. So WB is equal to 150 gram. Okay. So it is the answer. Got it? So 150 gram of solute, okay, when we will mix with 180 gram of water, then vapor pressure of solution will reduce to 4 by 5 of pure water. Okay. Now come to elevation in boiling point temperature. So it is elevation in boiling temperature. Okay. So before this, I want to make you understand what. Okay. I know you are familiar with this boiling point. Okay. But in actual, how boiling point temperature is defined? Okay. I am going to discuss this. Okay. So it is boiling point temperature. And say we have a container we have a container, and in this container we have kept water. We have kept water. And this container is closed. This container is closed. Okay, its top are closed. It is not open. Then start hitting this. After hitting this, what will happen? Water molecule will start changing into water vapor. Okay, means formation of vapor will take place. Formation of vapor will take place. These are vapors, and I have told you earlier, this vapor will exert pressure on the surface of the water. Okay, so this is exerting some kind of pressure which is known as vapor pressure. Okay. So initially when you started hitting this, okay, then very little vapor was present there, and as you continued hitting, okay, what happened? More of the water changed into water vapor. Means continuously the vapors are increasing. Number of vapors are increasing, and if number of vapors are increasing with temperature, so we can say vapor pressure is also increasing with temperature. And at one temperature, what happens? This vapor pressure becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure. Getting this? Atmospheric pressure, you know? Okay. So this atmospheric pressure, when big, or we will say this vapor pressure of the liquid when becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure. Okay, so I am going to write it. The temperature at which the vapor pressure of a liquid becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure. Becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure. Is known as boiling point temperature. Boiling point got it? When vapor pressure of a liquid becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure, that temperature is known as boiling point temperature. So the temperature at which the vapor pressure of a solution, the vapor pressure of a liquid becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure is known as boiling point temperature. Okay. Now we have understood what is boiling point temperature. Now just think, we are going to add some non-volatile solute. We are going to add some non-volatile solute, okay, into this pure liquid. Then I have told you earlier, if it is non-volatile solute, means it will have no contribution towards the vapor pressure. Getting it not? If it is non-volatile, means it is not going to be evaporate, and if it is not going to be evaporate, then it is not going to form pressure vapor, and if it is not forming vapor, means it is not exerting vapor pressure. It means in case of pure liquid, vapor pressure will be more, and as you will mix some non-volatile solute into it, then the the vapor pressure of the solution formed will decrease. We have discussed all these things. Okay, so just think, here we are adding some non-volatile solutes. Some non-volatile solutes. Then what will happen? Vapor pressure of the solution formed will decrease. Okay. So if vapor pressure will decrease, and we know what is boiling point temperature? Boiling point temperature is that temperature at which vapor pressure of a liquid becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure. Okay, in this case, more vapor pressure are forming at low temperature. That's why its boiling point temperature is low. But in this case, we are adding some non-volatile solute. So, just because of the non-volatile solute, okay, its evaporation will decrease, and if its evaporation will decrease, means less vapor will start forming, and if it is forming less vapor, means less vapor pressure will be exerted, and this less vapors to be equal to the atmospheric pressure, okay, means we have to heat this more and more, so that more vapor pressure will form. Getting me now? Okay, so that's why what happens, boiling point temperature, value of boiling point temperature rises. Getting this? Boiling point temperature rises when non-volatile solute is added into a solvent. Okay, now we will understand it with a graph. The graph is vapor pressure versus temperature. Vapor pressure versus temperature. Okay. So I am going to take one solvent, okay, and then a solution, graph of a solvent and a solution. Say it is like this. Say this is AB. Say this is CD. This is graph of solution, and this is representing pure solvent. Okay. Say this is atmospheric pressure. This is atmospheric pressure. And say this to be P, atmospheric pressure P. Okay. Getting this now? Vapor pressure versus temperature. This line, this curve is showing pure solvent. This curve is showing solution. Okay. We have discussed in case of pure solvent, boiling point temperature is low. Okay. And when we add some non-volatile solute into the pure solvent, then formation of vapor pressure decreases, and that's why we have to heat it at more temperature, so boiling point temperature increases. So this is pure solvent na, means we are increasing temperature, okay. So what happens, the solvent starts converting into vapor, and this vapor starts exerting vapor pressure, and when this vapor pressure becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure, when this vapor pressure becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure, means at that point, at this point na, say this point is E. So at point E, the vapor pressure of pure solvent has become equal to the atmospheric pressure. Getting this na? This is vapor pressure of pure solvent, and at point E, vapor pressure of pure solvent has become equal to the atmospheric pressure. And we know when vapor pressure of a liquid becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure, that temperature is known as boiling point temperature. So we say this is the boiling point temperature. This temperature is the boiling point temperature of what? Of this pure solvent. So say this is T0B. Say this is T0B. Why T0B? Because P0A we are by P0A we denote vapor pressure of a pure solvent. So when it comes to pure, we simply use 0. Okay. So it is boiling point temperature of pure solvent. So say this is T0B. Okay. This axis is showing temperature. Okay. Now we have added some non-volatile solute into this solvent. Okay. Now it has become solution. So we have discussed earlier, its vapor pressure will decrease. So we have to increase heating so that more vapor pressure can be found. And again, a temperature comes when vapor pressure of this solution also becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure, and say this point be F. So at point F, vapor pressure of solution becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure. So we say it starts boiling, the solution has started boiling, and this point is known as boiling point temperature. So this is boiling point temperature of the solution, TB. Getting this now? What is TB? TB is boiling point temperature, boiling point temperature of solution. This T0B is boiling point temperature of pure solvent. Boiling point temperature of pure solvent. Okay. Now you can see difference in temperature here. This is difference in temperature, and say this is delta TB. Delta denotes difference, and what will be value of delta TB? It will be equal to TB minus T0B. Getting this now? So this delta TB is the elevation in boiling point temperature. This delta TB is the elevation in boiling point temperature. Got it? Elevation means what? Rise. Elevation means rise. Means rise in boiling point temperature, okay, has taken place. How? Initially it is present in pure state, only liquid is present, okay, so it will form more vapors. So at low temperature its vapor pressure will become equal to the atmospheric pressure, okay, and then we have added some non-volatile solute into this, so it will form less vapors, so less vapor pressure will be exerted, and to become vapor pressure of this solution equal to the atmospheric pressure, we have to heat it more. This is temperature axis, we have to heat it more, okay, so this will be its boiling point. So this difference Tb minus T0b is delta Tb, and this is the difference in temperature, or we say elevation in boiling point. This is the rise in temperature. This is the rise in temperature. So it is known as elevation in boiling point temperature. Okay. Now I am going to write one thing. The elevation in boiling point temperature. The elevation in boiling temperature is directly proportional the elevation in boiling point temperature is directly proportional to the decrease in the vapor pressure. To the decrease in the vapor pressure. Getting this or not? Okay, I have written there the elevation in boiling point temperature. Okay, the elevation in boiling point temperature is directly proportional. Elevation in boiling point temperature means delta Tb. This value, delta Tb. So this delta Tb or elevation in boiling point, okay, is directly proportional to the decrease in the vapor pressure. Just try to understand. Initially, when it was pure solvent, then more of the vapors were forming, and as we mixed non-volatile solute into it, then its vapor pressure, okay, or its vapor decreased. Getting me now? When only solvent was present, then the vapors formed were more, and as we added non-volatile solute into it, its vapor decreased. So the vapor decreased, okay, the amount of vapor that decreased due to the addition of the non-volatile solute, okay, in case of the solution, okay, means we have to heat that much, means we have to heat the solution, we have to provide temperature more and more, so that more and more vapor pressure will form. Getting me? So we can say the elevation in boiling point temperature delta Tb is directly proportional to the decrease in the vapor pressure. Okay. The decrease in vapor pressure, how much decrease in vapor pressure is there? We have to provide temperature in accordance with the decrease in the vapor pressure. If decrease in vapor pressure is low, or very means I am giving you one example. Okay, just try to understand. Say this is 1 liter water. Okay, it is 1 liter water. Okay, so what will happen when it is in pure form? Then the vapor formed by 1 liter water will be more. Now we are going to add 50 gram sand particle. 50 grams sand particle in 1 liter of water. Then what will happen? The surface area, okay, thus means evaporation is surface phenomenon and we are discussing it, okay, we have discussed it many times. So if evaporation is surface phenomenon, so some of the, okay, space of the surface will be occupied by the sand particle. So addition of sand particle, which is non-volatile solute, okay, will decrease vapor pressure, will decrease formation of vapor of this water. Say second time you are adding 100 gram of sand. So this time vapor formed will be lesser. Again if you will add 200 gram sand particle in water, means again the value of the amount of vapor formed will be reduced. Okay, so in this case you have to hit, okay, comparatively less when you will add 100 gram of sand. If you will add 200 gram of sand, then you have to hit 100 gram of sand less than 200 gram sand. So we can say the elevation in boiling point temperature is directly proportional to the decrease in the vapor pressure. Okay, second thing we can say, is the decrease in vapor pressure, is directly proportional to the molality. To the molarity of the solution. Okay, means if more number of moles of non-volatile solute will be added, then vapor pressure decreased. Okay, decrease in vapor pressure will be more. Okay, if less mole of solute is being added in the solvent, then decrease in vapor pressure will be less. So we can say the decrease in vapor pressure is directly proportional to the molality of the solution. So using these two statements, we can say this delta TB, okay, this delta TB means elevation in boiling point temperature is directly proportional to molality of the solution. Directly proportional to the molality of the solution, or we can say delta TB is equal to it is a proportionality constant Kb, and molality it is written as small m. Okay, so we can say delta TB is equal to Kb into m, where this Kb is molar elevation constant, or it is also called as ebuloscopic constant. Okay, molar elevation constant or ebuloscopic constant. Getting this or not? Okay, so delta TB is equal to Kb into m, where this m is molar elevation constant or ebuloscopic constant. Okay, getting this? So this is the elevation in boiling point temperature. Okay, now we are going to calculate calculation of observed molar mass. or just I am driving this relationship. Okay. According to Raoult's law, according to Raoult's law, we can say decrease in vapor pressure. Decrease in vapor pressure. Just go through the statement of Raoult's law. You will get it. Okay, I have taught you. According to Raoult's law, decrease in vapor pressure is directly proportional to the mole fraction. Is directly proportional to the mole fraction of the solute. Okay, according to Raoult's law, decrease in vapor pressure, okay, decrease in vapor pressure is directly proportional to the mole fraction of the solute. Okay, and I have told you this delta Tb, elevation in boiling point temperature, is directly proportional to the decrease in vapor pressure. Okay, so we can say if delta Tb is directly proportional to decrease in vapor pressure, and this decrease in vapor pressure is directly proportional to the mole fraction, so we can say that is this delta Tb is directly proportional to the mole fraction of the solute. So mole fraction of the solute means Xb. Say Xb is the mole fraction of the solute. It is mole fraction of the solute. Okay, or we can say delta Tb is equal to some constant, say it is K, Xb, and Xb it can be written as Nb means number of moles of solute upon total moles present in the solution, means Nb plus Na. We can write like this. Okay, this Tb, delta Tb is directly proportional to decrease in vapor pressure, and decrease in vapor pressure according to Raoult's law is directly proportional to the mole fraction of the solute. So we can say delta Tb is directly proportional to the mole fraction of solute, or Xb, or we can say delta Tb is equal to some proportionality constant K, okay, multiplied by Xb is the mole fraction of solute. So it can be written as number of moles of solute upon total number of moles present in the solution, so Nb plus Na. And as we know, we are discussing ideal solution, and ideal solution, I told you, it is very dilute solution. If it is ideal solution, then ideal solution is very dilute solution. So if it is dilute solution, means number of moles of solute will be less than number of moles of solvent, means Nb is less than Na, number of moles of solute is less than number of moles of solvent. So we can neglect number of moles of solute. We can neglect it. Okay, so we can write here delta Tb is equal to K into Nb upon Na. Nb upon Na. Okay. This Nb we have neglected. Okay. Now we can write it is delta Tb equal to K into Nb upon Na. NB number of moles on Na. Okay, Na we can write as Wa upon Ma. Number of moles of solvent means it will be mass of solvent upon molar mass of solvent. Okay, so we can say this Ma will be present in the numerator, so into Ma I am deleting it. Okay, so Nb upon Wa like this. We can write this like this. Okay, now say this is number of moles of solute. Number of moles of solute. So say if Wa means what? Mass of Wa is mass of solvent. So if Wa means mass of solvent is 1000 gram. If Wa is equal to 1000 gram, then we can say Nb upon 1000 means what is this? This is molality. This is molality. This is molality. Getting this now? Okay. So we can say delta Tb is equal to K into this Nb upon Wa. When Wa is 1000 gram, it will become molality. Okay. So into Ma into molality small m. Okay, getting this now? We can say if Wa is 1 kg or 1000 gram, so number of moles of solute dissolved in 1 kg of the solvent is the molality. So we can write here m small m. Okay, now we can say delta Tb equal to K is a constant, Ma is molar mass of solvent, and molar mass of a solvent is a constant. Getting this? K is a constant, Ma is also a constant, molar mass of solvent is not going to change. Okay, so we can say K into Ma, both are constant. So in place of this we can write here a new constant, say it is Kb. Okay, so delta Tb is equal to Kb into this molality, and we have proved the relation where this Kb is molal elevation constant, this m is the molality, and delta Tb is the elevation in the boiling point temperature. Okay, so in next video we will be solving some numericals, and we will be driving some more relations. Okay, thank you.